It's time to glaze another Uchiha. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact: I do open to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Hey, another fun fact. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit. It isn't. It's been nearly 2 years since this started publication, dog. We are 3 months away. It's gonna reach 2 years of publication in July. Is it July? I think it's July. That bothers me, dog. Like I'm sorry. That bothers. That hurts a certain part of my soul. But with that being the case, here we are, chapter 21 of Mangekyo. Wait, no, of Mangekyo. I swear I can read, y'all. I swear I can read. Chapter 29 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, admittedly, I haven't done versus battles in general in a while, but and I don't actually talk about Naruto too much on the channel. Just in general, despite me actually really loving the series. But unfortunately, for some, I think it's fortunate for me because I love it to do it. Love to do it, doing it. What? I can speak. I swear, but I love to do it. I'm something of an Uchiha glazer. I'm not that heavy of an Uchiha glazer. Like, you're not going to hear me say that Sasuke could have beaten Naruto at the Final Valley. No. Naruto was stronger there. But, like, I do tend to glaze the Uchihas and their abilities and in certain I be pouring glaze everywhere. Alright? I ain't gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna fib about it. I'm not gonna hide. I'm a glazer. Alright? So with that being the case, it hurt me for the longest time that I really couldn't glaze Sarada. Like, being completely honest, she was kind of, like, it sounds so bad saying this, but she was my least favorite of, well, outside of Konohamaru, of course, of the 3 students of the new Team 7. She was my least favorite, because I'm like, yeah, like, it's cool, you're doing Sharingan stuff, I've seen it done better. You're using the Chidori, I've seen it done better. You're using Fireball, I've seen it done better. So, like, ultimately, she didn't really have anything unique to herself that I didn't already see before. Meanwhile, you have Sage Mode Mitsuki running around with Snake Sage summons and stuff like that, which admittedly I'd seen soft variations of, but not to that degree, and Boruto with everything Momoshiki related. So, like, I'm sorry, your basic Sharingan user with super strength isn't gonna do much for me. But now that she's finally got a Mangekyo, I'm so excited. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 21 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Mangekyo Sharingan. I'm still not a big fan of this outfit. I don't know. Something like, it admittedly, I preface this whenever I talk about any of the Boruto designs. I'm not a fashion guy. Like for reference, this is the shirt I wore in public today. I am not a fashion guy. Like legit, this is the fit. Your boy has no knowledge on fashion, but with it being the case, it just doesn't do, like, it doesn't do it. Something about it just doesn't. I think if it was, no, like, that's the thing. I can't really think. There's no like swagger to it, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's nothing about this that screams aura. And of course, it's really bad in the same way that I couldn't really glaze Sarada for the longest time because, like, she didn't really have anything unique. I couldn't really glaze her because, like, when I look at her predecessors, they are the embodiments of absolute and unlimited aura. Like, Sasuke, one of the original aura farmers. Obito, an aura farmer even after the mask came off. Madara, aura himself, like, legit, I'm just looking at the old guard, Itachi, Mr. Aura, like, and all their fits kind of went crazy. Admittedly, you know, Starship Moon and Sasuke, we're gonna turn that part. But, like, still, like, all their fits kind of went crazy. I look at Sarada's fit, I'm like, it fits the character, though. Like, for all intents and purposes, she's just a normal teenage girl in Ninja Land. It's like, it's not wrong, but, like, there's nothing about it that has me glazing to the moon and back. But I have grown in appreciation more so for the red and black color scheme, because obviously, you know, Uchihas. Let's see. Creator, Supervisor, Masashi Kishimoto, Mirio Ikimoto. Oh, wait, wrong way. Oh, okay. We're going back in time. You see, becoming Hokage is my dream. A Hokage like Lord 7. Whoa, oh wait, that's Shoujo. Whoa, for real? You're way too self-aware, Sarada. Mole? Meal. I'm not sure what that's. I not like MOI apostrophe LL. Me? I would get it if it was like me. I'll take a boyfriend today over some future dream. Moil. Or is it supposed to be moi? Like. I know technically that is like a word. I think it's French. Moi, like you in reference to yourself. So maybe moi. I'll take a boyfriend today over some future dream. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Sorry, call me off guard because I've never. Then again, I haven't read part. I still haven't reread part 1. It's been nearly 2 years since Boruto 2 Blue Vortex or Civilization, but I still haven't read part 1 or Boruto Naruto Next Generation. I haven't reread it. I've only have my initial read through in memory. Let's see. But you know, hey, that's the thing. I don't blame Chojo for that because, like, sometimes you do just want life now. And don't get me wrong, I do think it's important to plan and work around the future because, like, it'll come quicker than you think. Tomorrow and time itself will never wait. But yeah, I get it. Just enjoying life in general. Like that's the thing. You do want to have your future goals. You want to have your aspirations. You want to have your dreams. But at the same time, you do want to enjoy life, right? Enjoy life in whatever way you can, especially now while you have it guaranteed. Considering tomorrow isn't promised. Let's see. I wonder where I can find myself a hottie. I mean, your dad outsourced from the village, so I don't think you're finding anybody. Like, told you had to pull all the way from the Cloud Village. Yeah, I don't think you find it. You better leave Konoha then. Let's see. And I envy your carefreeness. Hey. Just because she has different goals doesn't mean you should mock her. Let's see. Hey, what I'm aiming for, Sarada, is to become a shinobi like your dad. You're gonna be Hokage, right? Then I'll be your right-hand man and work hard to protect you. Oh, but once again, it's almost like. Then again, I'm not even sure. Like, even in my own comments, whenever I make jokes about it, do Boru Sumire? What would it be? Boru Mire? Do Boru Mire shippers even exist? Like, it's only Boru Sara. Like have I even seen Boru Mire fan art? Admittedly, like, I'll admit, just Naruto, I guess because I don't talk about it that much, like, my profiles on all my Instagrams or, like, any of my social media, it doesn't necessarily show me much Naruto content, but whenever I do see Naruto or Boruto content, it's never Boru Mire. Which is, like, it has me scratching my head at the purpose of the character, other than, like, you know, it's just nice having the character around, but, like, Boru Sara is canon, right? Like, no one's under the delusion that it's not. I would think, but I don't know. It's a part of the narrative. I think she's just gonna become a tree. We'll see. Let's see. Now I'll be your right-hand man. And I'll... Man. Because, like... And the reason I say Boru Sara is basically canon. Like, people still hold Naruto Sasuke in high regard. Hey, I don't blame you. I, like... Read whatever you want to read into, but... That basically, Boru Sara is watered down. Not watered down, but... Slightly off-brand Naruto Sasuke. Which is still super-duper popular. Let's see. Huh? Yeah, look at that. Like, she feels a certain type of way about that. But then again, I think, has Boruto ever... That's the funny thing. I think, unironically, and unfortunately, that sounds sad to say, but unironically and unfortunately, that's a lie. I've seen some Boru Mire art. I've seen some. So one particular image just clicked into my head. I forget where I saw it. I forget which platform it was on, but I do actually remember seeing it, so it does exist. But I don't think Boruto's ever, like... Has he ever blushed thinking about art? I need to reread part 1. It's just a lot. Like he truly is a nonchalant dreadhead. I ain't gonna lie. He's a nonchalant dreadhead with free forms, dog. Like, he has... I don't think he's ever thought about Sarada in that way. At least from what I can remember. But then again, I haven't reread part 1 in a while. Or not ever. I haven't really reread it once. Let's see. And does that bother you, Sarada? That other girls might like Boruto? Well, it certainly bothers me. But, like... I don't know. Because and this is merely... It's rare, because admittedly, I don't really have a type. If I like you, I like you. I don't really care. So, my range is broad, but I've only been in the scenario where me and a friend who I'm, like, decently friends with, not like an acquaintance or someone I know, but, like, a friend has liked the same person I have, and I don't really care. Even when I was younger, because admittedly I'm older now, and obviously as you get older, you start to care less about many things in general. But, like, even when I was younger, I didn't really care. Oh, cool, you like so-and-so? Do what you will. Shoot your shot. If you airball, I'm gonna be in there for the rebound. Or if I go for like I don't really get. I'm very much a do what you will, because we're all independent human beings. But you know, at the same time, that is just a human emotion, right? Like jealousy is just a thing. And even if I don't feel it as often as others do, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? Like, people do feel jealous over some things that you just can't control. That's kind of just life in general. Let's see. As Hokage, all people in the village are like family. Heart's so bad. It's been so long, dog. Naruto, it's been so long, man. It's been years. Let's see. I'm not an extraordinary Shino. Okay, I wouldn't say that, Sarada. Like, you do solo a fat chunk of Shippuden, even with your basic kit. Let's see. Like Lord Seventh or my dad. And that's why I don't have... What the heck? And that's why I don't have time to be thinking about anything other than becoming a Hokage like Lord Seventh, who protects everyone in Konoha's future. But, like, if you think you're not an extraordinary shinobi, what makes you think you could become Hokage? Are you think... Because, like, like, if you're regular, what makes you different from anybody else? Why would you become Kage and not anybody else? If you don't think you're... Then again, I guess humbleness is just a thing. I mean, some people... And not just humbleness. I've seen a lot of people in my life that I personally know underestimate their own abilities. I've always had to look at them and be like, are you a tweaking cut? Like, what do you mean? I just wouldn't be able to do it. You have. You will. You will continue to do so. But then at the same time, Sarada, you know, especially considering she grew up a long time without her dad, probably, like, Sakura probably gave her a bunch of positive affirmations, but still, there's some people who just are innately humble. And at the same time, I can't blame Sarada in particular, because, once again, she's been fighting with a mostly stolen and/or basic kit, while she's fighting alongside a god. Or at least the equivalent to one in an Otsutsuki vessel and an experiment sage creation. The only person she feels comparable to is Konohamaru, who, for all intents and purposes, despite coming from a really powerful bloodline, is just a dude. Let's see. Okay, so we're flashing back to this. Haruki slicing Boruto. Boruto losing the eye. Move aside, Sarada. Oh wait, well, this is younger Haruki. Move aside, Sarada. Are you still feeling the need to interfere? She did move aside. Let's see. Regarding, oh wait, it's been so, I always try to put, like, I can't, like, if I ever go for, like, a low taste smoking voice, it goes real down here, but that's not Shikamaru. I'm trying to give him, like, a deeper voice with a hint of rasp, to imply that, you know, he took smoking again. Let's see, regarding Lord Seventh, who has been missing, there's a strong possibility that he's already deceased, at Boruto's hands. I need to go after him. Let me go, Sarada. I'll kill him. Huh? I can't blame him. It's a perfectly normal reaction. Boruto almost killed Kawaki, and then Naruto and Hinata. I don't understand. See, like, well, actually, no. This is meant to build up off the end of last chapter. But I always feel weird about judging the pacing of monthly mangas. I'll admit, because, you know, a story's a story, and once again, the story's better once it's completed. But, and I'm not sure how many more pages are gonna be dedicated to this flashback. Igimoto, bruh, you drop once every 4 weeks. You already spent half the last chapter building him to the reveal. I do not need to, like, if this thing goes past 10 pages, like a third, or we'll say 11, because it's 44 pages, even though I know, like, the last, like, 2 pages only count. So really, it's 42 pages. But we'll say, if this flashback to build up to the reveal we already had at the end of last chapter goes on for 11 pages, I'm not gonna be happy about that. Because it's different when it's a weekly manga. Right? Like, I'm fine with essentially nothing happening for the most part in a weekly manga release, because I just gotta wait 7 days. I will not get another chapter of this till possibly May 20th. Ikimoto, please, don't pace like this. Let's see. I don't understand. What's going on? What is wrong with everyone? I'd say that Ada is involved somehow. So, yeah, but see, like, why are we okay, let me just go through it. I'd say that Ada is involved somehow. Similar to the phenomena where all who see her become her captives. I believe something's happened to everyone. Just earlier, everyone was chasing Kawaki, and then all of a sudden, they're trying to find and kill Boruto instead. That would never happen under normal circumstances. It's clear that some unnatural power is on work. Something powerful, like a Shinjutsu. Ada must have done something to save Kawaki from his predicament. That's the only thing I can think of. And she was right. Once again, we covered this. But this, it's too cruel. Why can't Boruto ever get a break? He's the main character. His name is on the manga. I mean, I think about it. Even when I was gonna make a joke like, well, even when the only time they get a break is when they're removed, and you never remove your main character. But I can think of a couple major examples. I think of Goku from Dragon Ball. I think of Morijin. It's kind of spoilers, but Morijin from God of High School. I think of. But like, who is the main character of Magi? Is it Is it? I'd say it's Aladdin. They remove Aladdin for Uchiha. Like, this is the thing. You can definitely remove your main character, but usually they're still going through it off screen. It is rare that a main character is just like chilling somewhere while the plot's actually happening. Typically, they are either in recovery or training. So, Sarada, why does Boruto never get a break? Because he sells copies, bro. Let's see. Why can't Boruto ever get a break? Yep, Sharingan Awakening. Okay, so, I mean, like, this is the thing. But this is technically new content. We never seen this before. So, there we go. It didn't last too long. But I don't know. I'm, like, in a monthly manga, hop me straight into it. I don't need no recap. I don't need no flashbacks. Unless the flashbacks do add context, something I haven't seen before. Like this. Looks like this is, Naruto, or Boruto and Sasuke discussing the, just existence of Mangekyo. Let's see. But yeah, that's the thing. Just get me straight in the action, bro. I don't need none of this panic. Don't give me none of that. Especially if you ended on a cliffhanger, like someone showing off their Sharingan, bruh. Hop me right into seeing what it do. Let's see. Mangekyo Sharingan? It's a variant of the Uchiha Sharingan, said to be triggered by an extreme psychological shock. I thought it was just extreme emotion. Does it have to be does it have to be? I mean, I guess shock can technically still be it, but like, does it have to be that? I thought like the big thing, because I remember when everyone was discussing when Sarada initially awakened her Mangekyo at the end of part 1, a lot of people were like, that's not traumatizing, or at least not traumatizing enough. But it's like, it's just extreme emotion that affects the Uchiha in their eyes. It doesn't actually have to be negative. Let's see. Psychological shock. So something truly terrible, well beyond normal understanding, must have happened. Dad, Boruto isn't guilty. He would never kill Lord Seventh. Everyone's being duped. Duped is a soft way to put it. She insisted we were all being duped. It's so funny hearing adult Sasuke say duped. She insisted we were all being duped, and it's likely the truth. Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan is all the proof I need to believe her words. W faith in their biology, but also W father, man. Like, especially if the universe is, well, not the universe, but a godly ability in the universe is like, hey, you slaughter this man. The fact that his love and faith, not in his bloodline, but specifically his daughter, was enough to be like, yeah, even though everything inside me is screaming to slaughter you right now, because in my head, you are responsible for the hypothetical death of my best friend. My daughter said no. So we gonna let it slide. I like that. Once again, good, well, not even solid. It's pretty solid, hard character work for Sasuke, and I love that. Let's see. Hey, Uncle. Those eyes of hers will likely be a great help going forward. Oh, speaking of those eyes of hers, Sasuke, buddy, is your, like, damaged Rinnegan still in there? What did you do with it? Because where's she gonna get other eyes from? Like, I know, is that plotline canon to the manga? I think it is. I need to reread part 1. Like, I know there are all the, but no, it has to be close family. Like, close family. So, like, how on earth is she not gonna go blind in at least one eye? Because, like, you could argue she could just swap eyes with Sasuke. And notably, Sasuke's eyes would be fine, too. They would just like, the one eye he has. In fact, what would happen? How does that work? Because, like, I don't think we've ever actually seen what Sasuke's eye currently looks like. His old Rinnegan eye, we don't know what that looks like. After a moment, she stabbed it out, it's kind of just, we haven't seen it. But, like, if Sarada were to pluck out her blind Mangekyos and plug them into Sasuke's eyes, both, would the lingering, Sage Chakra, Sage 6 Path Chakra, would that reawaken his Rinnegan in Sarada's eye? Because remember, the Rinnegan eye is Itachi's eye. It's not actually Sasuke's. But then again, maybe that power's just lost. But essentially, would he get back? I forget which eye holds which. I know one is Amaterasu, one is Kagutsuchi. But, like, would Sasuke get whatever he lost back? And, like, would Sarada just be stuck with one eye? How does that work? I don't actually know. I don't, because the thing is, we don't know what Sasuke's eye looks like underneath that hair veil. So, like, what happens there? And in fact, I wonder, if she goes blind now, before they defeat Hidari, obviously, could she swap out her eyes then? Thing is, though, I don't think she would know. I highly doubt Sasuke actually explained that process to her. So EMS Sarada is something that's, like, kind of not on the table just yet, but it kind of needs to be brought to the table real quick, because presumably, if she's going to start spamming that ability in order to be relevant against these god trees, I think she's probably going to go blind pretty darn quickly. Remember, Sasuke, due to the consistent overuse of his Mangekyo, went nearly blind in, like, a day. Like a day. Like, he awoke Amaterasu again to be, and then 3 days later at Kage Summit, the man was blind. She needed each other's eyes immediately. So, unless she's so viciously powerful with her Mangekyo that she's one-shotting God trees, like, she probably gonna go blind pretty quick. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna be handled. Those eyes of hers will likely be a great help going forward. Though, it seems Sarada herself isn't aware that they've awakened. Can't you tell? Well, I guess not now. But couldn't you tell her? Like, hey, her eyes are... But then again, can't you tell that? Because notably, a big thing with all the... Well, not all of them. Well, I'd say a pretty decent chunk of the Mangekyo users is that the second they awakened it, they started using the ability. Because, like, the one that comes to mind immediately is Obito, right? Because Kakashi passed out, so he couldn't use it. So it makes sense that he just never noticed, because he barely understood how to use the Sharingan in the first place. But for Obito, the second he awoke the Mangekyo Sharingan and went on his rampage, Kamui activated autonomously. But then again, Kamui in the Data books is said to be a mostly autonomous ability. But we see when Sasuke, well, actually, when Sasuke awakened it at Itachi's death, he didn't actually immediately use Amaterasu. He only used it against B. So I guess technically that is the case where maybe you don't know, but I thought once you activated it, you kind of just knew how to do it. It's like a new muscle thing where you unlock it and then you can use it. But maybe not. We'll see. Seems Sarada herself isn't aware that they've awakened, but she will realize it eventually, as well as intuitively come to understand her abilities. But see, like, that's the thing. How does she not know that they? Is that consistent? I don't think we know about Shishu's awakening. I forget we have it in the back. We have it in the extra novels. I forget what Itachi's awakening. I know it was Shishui, but I don't think he actually he didn't have a target to use it on at that point because Shishui fell off the cliff. So, interesting that she awakened them, had 2 years with them, and then never activated them. But I guess you just wouldn't know. You probably just wouldn't know because, like, I doubt it. Does it feel like something? I feel like it'd be just like an eye twitch and you just wouldn't think about it. You'll see in the moment Sarada was likely so distracted. Let's see. Her abilities and what she's capable of. Alright. So we got bootleg Kamui back. Nice to take, or we'll see. Because this is technically, it could not be Kamui. It could be something else. But wow. Okay, ore farming. Let's see. I'll admit, not my favorite. Like, I hope the EMS design levels them up. Like, maybe like the way I would evolve this design, you know, the circular, not circular, but like the ovals with sharp tips that Sasuke's EMS ended up developing after fusing. Like, maybe those could like interconnect these. 'Cause like, this is a fine enough design, but out of all the Mangekyo designs, I think. But then again, I'm biased because I have so much connection to the previous Mangekyo designs. It's alright. It's not anything crazy though. Let's see. Huh? What? Ryu was like, she gave my Sam the suck? I didn't know people could do that. Because Ryu was literally born either yesterday or today. Like, I didn't know y'all could do that. Oh, okay, Sam going straight for Sarada. That doesn't work and it immediately gets sucked up. Where is it going though? Like, if that's not what I'm assuming it's a portal. But then again, it's hard to tell. It's not like it looks like they're just dissipating when they come in contact with it. What is that black sphere? Is it one of Uchiha Sarada's abilities? Yo, Sarada really said, "Wait a second. I got Mangekyo. I haven't really been ore farming this entire manga. Let me start ore farming." Not a word said. Nothing. No urgency. Just straight posed up like. Sorry, if you don't attack that man. But then again, she's probably still figuring out the controls. I don't blame her. Got new tech. It's like picking up a new character, right? Like, you have the fundamentals down, but you gotta figure out what they can do. Let's see. Mitsuki. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so we're moving. Mitsuki. Guard Arya and Yoda. And protect yourself, too. Sorta. Your eyes. Mitsuki's like, oh no. I'm now the weakest. Again. Well, actually, was Mitsuki ever really the weakest of Team 7? Nah, not really. He's like, no, I had the bottom rung after all this time, please. Spare me. Sarada, your eyes. Don't worry. This ability may have just awakened. Well, will the ability just awaken? Your eyes, they didn't. This ability may have just awakened, but I already know what it can do. I mean, I guess it makes sense, though. Because I've always wondered that. Like, how do you know how your powers work? Like, but then again, I guess it would be all, because it's just a part of your body, right? Like, no one had to teach, well, I guess to certain degrees, you had to, in specific ways, you had to learn how to use your hands and run and stuff like that. But, like, breathing isn't something you have to learn how to do. It's just something your body does automatically. you can manual breathe. I cast manual breathing. Take a deep breath right now. Ha! You're gonna be manual breathing for like the next 10 seconds. So will I be? Because unfortunately, it's a dual casting spell. Whenever I say manual breathing on somebody else, it automatically casts on me too. But that's the thing. I'm guessing to some degree the Mangekyo abilities work like that. In the data books, Kamui, or at least Obito's Kamui, is very specifically stated to be passive. Like, he doesn't even have to think about it. It just activates on its own. But no other Mangekyo ability has that property. Amaterasu must be activated intentionally. Tsukiyomi must be activated intentionally. Sasuke's Amaterasu and even Kagutsuchi must be activated and manipulated intentionally. Let me think. Kodomatsu Kami must be activated intentionally. We don't know Madara's EMS ability. There is the Storm Generations, Revolutions, that shows like the time rewinding ability. Once again, seems to be acting intentionally. Kamui's the exception, not the rule of acting entirely autonomously. And even though we see Obito going to evolve it, like leaving wholesale into the common dimension. But interesting, looks like Sarada is one of those automatic getter types where she just has it and knows how to use it immediately. Let's see. I already know what it can do. I don't get how, but it seems the iron sand is drawn towards it. In which case, oh, okay. I see. So he's attacking. He's putting her body in between the orb and the sand, so it can't be drawn to her, or the sand can't be drawn away from Sarada. Let's see. I just need to make sure you're along the sand's trajectory. I mean, yeah. Honestly, one of the best ways you can attack somebody, especially if they're off guard, man, attack them through somebody else. Wait, no. No, I don't. No, I gotta fight it. I gotta fight resist. I gotta not scratch my eye. I don't want to go bright red. No, I gotta fight it. Sorry, I am. Fun fact: if you wanna nerf me drastically, I'm horrifically allergic to pollen. Well, not horrifically. Like I can function obviously, but I am allergic to pollen. So 'tis the season where I live, and I was just thinking maybe I don't love winter as much, but then the pollen came back. Multi. Oh, interesting. So it came out of the ground, but then it dove back into... Oh, no. It's being pulled this way. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, back towards Ryu? But past Ryu? What the? They're heading in the opposite direction. Oh, so there are more... Oh, let me guess. Is there going to be a spear for every single one of the flecks on her eye? I'm guessing. So how many... Let's see. How many eyes does she... Or how many... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 flecks. So I'm assuming there's going to be 8 orbs. Interesting. What significance does 8 have to the sun? I have no idea. There's probably some reason it's specifically 8 flecks and not like 10 or 12 or how many flecks that it could be. And I'm assuming there's going to have something to do with the sun and its numbers. Let's see. What the? They're heading in the opposite direction. Super suck. Sorry to stop. I mean, like, I get it. You were still figuring out the controls, but you already know what you can do. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna scratch. Oh, I'm gonna scratch. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, my eyes gonna be bright red. No, left eye notes are itching too. Please. Please, I'm sorry. I can't resist. Oh. Oh, no, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be red for the rest of the review. But Sarada, please, stop ore farming and get out. Throw him into one of the balls, guys, darn it. You can do that, right? At least I presume. Maybe not. Maybe it only works on non-organic matter, which immediately makes it worse than Kamui. But still, I want to see what the upper limits of this is. Though I guess technically, it already is better than Kamui, in a sense. Because at least if the spears pull things, or if they're spears or portals or whatever, that's 2 portals, which is more than Kamui could ever make. Kamui was always a perspective thing. In fact, it was so much a perspective thing that it didn't really even draw on the full body of something. It would, like, warp off. Like, specifically, I remember when Kakashi was going to warp off the Ten Tails' head, he was going to only warp off the head. And he warped off Datara's arm. He didn't warp Datara's entire body. So, for these whole massive chunks of sand to be drawn in entirely, that actually is kind of a low-key and upscale for whatever Sarada's ability is going to be called, relative to at least the long-distance version of Kamui. And defensively, it does seem pretty solid as long as it keeps drawing away attacks. But the question is it drawing away attacks autonomously, or is it only because Sarada is able to directly tag the red sand or the iron sand? Let's see. How red is it? How red? Oh, not bad just yet. Let's see. Another spear. That one absorbed it. So there are 2. Wait, no. Wait. I see. Ah, okay, so but that's only 4. That's only 4 balls. So north, south, east, and west. Where the other 4? Where the other 4? Let's see. More. I count at least 4 spears. At least. So there could be more. There could be more. I'm assuming it's gonna peak out at 8 though. Mitsuki's watching like, I'm getting more and more fodder as time passes. Wait, Sarada, please. I don't care if we have to sacrifice 1,000 yodels. Don't surpass me. Sarada is still please attack. Let's see. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I know y'all are getting probably sick and tired of me mentioning it. I hate these feet. I hate it. It takes me. I'd be so into the plot, the character writing, the combat. I'm lagging. Am I lagging? Yeah, I'm lagging. Hold on. Am I lagging? Am I lagging? Okay, I'm not doing lag. Sorry, I don't know how long it was lagging, but I just peeped it out the corner of my eye. But with it being the case, I'd be so into the plot, into the character writing, into the combat, I mean, into everything. And then these nasty, filthy, disgusting, ugly behind feet come on screen and I just get sucked right out of it. Who wants to suck those toes? Well, there are probably people who want to suck them toes. But like, why? Well, like, you make the rest of them humanoid. Why not the feet? You could keep the Frieza knockoffs with the weird feet. Why the feet? Like, why does he have that? It's so nasty. I hate it. I hate it. Let's see. Interesting. A spear is drawing up Ryu's, but not the claw grind. It's interesting. So I guess it's not. In fact, none. It's only the Iron Sand too. So I guess it really is a specific targeting system. So it's kind of it is kind of like a long range combo in the sense where it needs to pick one target. Well, not simply, even if it is a suction force, it won't give everything to zuck. Let's see. What? My bodies. Oh, even Sarada's flying now. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we don't see the 4th one, but all right. Okay, Sarada. Or from a little bit in the air. She joins the rare class of characters who can fly, at least entirely autonomously. Like the Otsutsuki God Tiers and Onoki, and some of the other Stone Village. I already said the God Tiers, so like the Otsutsukis and Hagoromas are like, but interesting. All right, so Sarada can fly. Let's see. Darn it! What's going on? They're floating. Thank you, Mitsuki. I couldn't tell that. I just couldn't see it. In fact, I'm blind. In my right eye. I scratched into it, so I can't see it. Thank you for informing me, Mitsuki. Huh? That's it. I bet it's gravitational force. But that's the thing. If it is gravitational force, wouldn't it be affecting everything around you? Like the sand and stuff like that? Like, why would it not? If it was truly well, maybe it's selective. Like, for example, a character in the story I'm writing, they have the ability to manipulate the gravity value of an individual in relation to another thing. So, for example, our gravity is mostly tied to the Earth, right? Like, that's why we stand on it and we stay standing and don't just float off into space because of its mass relative to ours. So what my character can do is specifically point at somebody and then either A, tie their mass to something else, typically something far, far away, to banish them somewhere. So like, say he's fighting someone on Earth, he would tie their gravitational mass to Pluto's gravitational mass and just send them. And then they'd be stuck there until they overcome that gravity tie. And or they can single out the gravity of one individual and then lower it. So they just immediately start floating, including themselves. So maybe that's it here, where Sarada is specifically tagging somebody with inner perception, or tagging something with inner perception, and then that thing starts getting sucked in to all the specific balls she summons. Maybe? Let's see. Gravitational force. Ugh. Oh, okay, and it pulled Ryu right out. I suspected the sphere is exerting gravitational pull, but only upon Ryu and the Iron Sand and Sarada herself. It isn't affecting you or me or any of the natural objects around us. Yeah, okay. So, that does raise a question. Is it tagged by visual acuity? Or is it tagged by chakra? Because only real... I think it may be visual acuity. Like, what Sarada, like, visually tags with her eyes is what will begin to be affected by the spears. Because... I don't think... What was I just gonna... That thought left my brain at Mach 11. It's like it took PTO instantaneously, immediately. What was I saying? Is it affecting you or any of the natural objects around us? She's able to pick what it applies to. Yeah, so I do wonder if it is... The reason I say it's probably visual and not chakra is because the iron sand should be infused with Ryu's chakra, right? Like since that's how he controls it. But he only started floating a few seconds later. After, I'm assuming, I think right after Sarada looked at him. Yeah. So she's looking at the sand gets zucked. Then she's looking at Ryu. We get a close-up of her eye. Then Ryu starts floating. So I'm thinking it is perception based. She essentially needs to tag somebody within her line of sight, and then that person can be affected. She doesn't use it on that. Doesn't seem to work on it for herself though, unless she's looking at herself and like reflecting on flash or something. Ugh. Wait, am I tweaking? She's able to pick what it applies to. Ugh, this force! I'm being pulled in towards the spear too! Yep. And it's gonna give you back shots, Ryu. I know you were literally born yesterday, but it's time to spread. Okay, let me stop. Let's see. Oh, it's okay for... Sorry. I almost said Florida. What's that? But Sarada started speaking. For too long, I've averted my gaze. What? Fretting that my goal to become Hokage felt so out of reach, never being able to do anything but all the calamities happening. I didn't want to acknowledge it. I was scared to admit how powerless I am. So I looked away. Hey. And it is, you know, it is rough, especially because I'm a guy who's like, do what you need to do, even if it's rough, because it'll pay off in the long run. I do believe that, wholeheartedly. A million, billion, do it a silly %. But at the same time, I don't blame people for running away from problems, especially if it's a problem that, not even if you can't solve it. Say there's a problem that you can't solve, but it would take so much effort and time, and not solving it wouldn't drastically have a negative impact on your life. Man, walk right around that problem. It ain't no problem, like legit. I don't blame her. And once again, that's like us in real life, you know, trying to avoid doing something very specific. For Sarada, it's literally her entire life essentially having to look away and essentially run from conflict, right? Like, because these are gods running around and fighting and going absolutely crazy, what is she meant to do? A regular person. Obviously not a regular person, but like a regular, like what is she really meant to do alongside these monsters, these creatures, these animals? But be left behind. But since she's finally realized that, I'm guessing that's literally thanks to Yodo. A person who was also hiding, because that's the thing, right? I think the parallel between Sarada and Yodo here is that only one will be able to confess how they truly feel to the person that they love, who happens to be directly related to the current ruling person of their respective nation, because we know that Yodo liked Shinki, but never told Shinki that she liked them. And we know Sarada likes Boruto, but never told Boruto that she likes, or no, he likes her. Like, wait, no, what is happening? Sarada liked Boruto, never told him that she likes him. That never happened. Just like Yodo never told Shinki that she liked him too. So ultimately, it is the death of Yodo showing, once again, I mentioned this earlier in the video, guaranteeing Sarada that tomorrow is not promised. Ultimately, what you do and what you do now will affect you in the future. You shouldn't avert your gaze. Now Sarada has gained the resolve, thanks to the loss of Yodo, to essentially reinforce her strength and lock in. Let's see. So I looked away. From the me who felt unsettled by class rep's feelings, and from my own feelings towards Boruto. She wants that let's just say, wait a minute, these characters aren't, well, I'm taking the whole, hold on, we're gonna go into the Google Doc, we're gonna highlight the whole joke, and we're gonna backspace on that bad boy, and then we're gonna delete the Google Doc for good measure. Never mind. The joke I was about to make, not canon, these characters are not adults. Let's see. From my own feelings towards Boruto, I rejected them all as weakness, not realizing that I was also rejecting the power hiding inside me. And yeah, honestly, obviously it's not to the same degree as anime, but like, well, admittedly, I say this exclusively for me speaking, maybe other people don't feel this way, I am my own big side. At this point it is intentional, but when I was younger it was a lot more unintentional, where I was like, oh no, I'm just not good enough, I need to do better, I need to do more. and ultimately I would skip certain things that would have brought me joy. I would only work for the future instead of focusing on the present and acknowledging and respecting the past. But now that I'm acknowledging and respecting the past, I can see where Sarada's coming from, because she's doing the exact same thing. She's sitting back and thinking about all the things that were wrong or different or strange, something that was amiss, realizing her role that she played in them, realizing now that she doesn't really have a choice but to lock in and show out. So show out a little bit, Sarada. Let's see you cut. The power hiding inside me. Sarada, quit mumbling nonsense, you psycho. Okay. Ryu, that's it. I'm gonna go get a sip of water. Hold on. Ryu. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear. Make sure you stay hydrated. But, Ryu, buddy, they're ninja, not psychopaths. And besides, buddy, your whole family's psychopaths. You all want to eat people. Just for the sake of eating people. Like, what is wrong with you? You psycho, Ryu? How do you even know that word? You were literally born yesterday. Let's see. Okay. Sand comes out of Ryu's back. Interesting though, they're just floating. She isn't being drawn anywhere. But let's see, Sarada looks. Straight aura. Gives him back. Can I? No, because like, I was going to make another specific joke, but I think I gotta highlight the entire Google Doc and I'll leave that joke too. Because technically, Ryu is a baby. He's a full-grown baby, but he's still a baby. And the guy he's based on isn't an adult either. Give me some more Matsuri and Konohamaru, and then we can go back to making jokes, or at least certain types of jokes. But for Ryu, he is, I think the whole cast and crew, I think they're like 7. How old are they in Blue? 2? They aren't adults. They are not adults yet. I know that for a fact though. Let's see. No, even with the ugly feet, I can't make the joke. But Ryu, no, we won't make the joke. Ooh, that ball was a lot bigger than That ball is a lot bigger than I thought. And that's what they all say. But darn. Alright, Sarada. Okay, Sarada. Interesting though. Once again, only four. I was expecting 8, but still 4 essential mini Kamui portals that you can tag onto certain people just by looking at them. Pretty solid. But notably, these do seem to be bill balls. Like black holes and stuff like that. But even then, not really, because he's not being absorbed into it. He's just laying on it, or he's being giga sucked into it. Just like well, I guess technically you could say it is a concentrated version of mass, but not concentrated enough to be a black hole and have suction of its own to consume more energy. Let's see. The back shots, the pulling force, it's tearing my cheeks apart. I'm not looking away anymore. Yeah, okay. See, Sarada, I saw him really rock with the fit, but look at the looking down on him as you fly above him and give him the super zuck back shots. Okay, Sarada, straightforward then. Ryu's like, oh no, I'm too young for this. Wait, I'm a baby. Because if I run for myself, I can't tackle the reality in front of me. It's true. It's true. Look at Boruto teaching life lessons, dog. Because it's true, right? Ultimately, you always got to be able to work with and acknowledge yourself. Even if you're like me and treat yourself as your own biggest op, which I do. I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm not encouraging anyone else to do what I do. I just be my own biggest op because I think it's easier, and also just because it's motivation. But in that case, right? You do need to acknowledge that you exist within reality before you can acknowledge reality itself. You know, the whole I think therefore I am therefore I am. Yeah, you need to acknowledge that, and then you can move forward and accept reality. Let's see. Because if I run by myself, I can't tackle the reality in front of me. Can't save a single person. See, I would, and this one once again one of those unfortunate cases. I don't know Yodo, so I don't care that she died. I mean, I joke about it last chapter. She's taking a long time to croak. And same thing here. Like, I feel bad for Sarada, but like, does Sarada know Yodo? Do they? Like generally, what is their bond? I don't know. It just feels a little bit hollow, a little bit saccharine, but at the same time, well, not saccharine. Saccharine is sweet. That's not the thing. But I don't know. I'm glad it allowed Sarada to lock in though. If we had to sacrifice Yodo, we had to sacrifice Yodo. You know, I feel like that would be like that. It would be like that. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we summoned another claw grime. Interesting. So he can summon the claw grime from himself. but then he needs to use the claw grime in order to reach and possibly touch Judah. Interesting. Oh, that's one thing. People pointed out, Yoda was crying last chapter. I didn't even notice. I didn't realize that. But yeah, he's crying. I didn't see that. That's sad. I feel bad for Yoda. He's an evil tree bro. Let's see. Oh, okay. But that's what he's trying to reach for his big brother. Like, big bro, please give me back. Just please. I'm not into this. I didn't listen to. Okay, I mean, that joke was once again about to go too far. Let's see. Wait, so you know what's if you don't go help your son, brother thing, what is their familial relation? If Yoda truly is the Ten Tails, I guess like they are kind of his kid, because that's the thing, right? The Claw Grimes are an extension of the Ten Tails, and Yoda is the Ten Tails personified. So like, technically, I guess Yoda would kind of be their dad. At bare minimum, uncle. Because it's tree plus... Well, actually, no. He'd be their granddaddy. Which is funny, because that makes Code their great-grandfather. Because, like, at least from my understanding, like, the family tree goes something like this. It's Code and Ten Tails at the top. Code infuses power into Ten Tails. Ten Tails gives birth to Claw Grimes. And I'm guessing Yura. Because I don't think Yoda creates... But then again, if you say Yoda is Ten Tails, just unpersonified, and then, you know, Code and Ten Tails, they clap boots, and then they make Yoda and the Claw Grimes, and Yoda oversees all the Claw Grimes and stuff like that, then technically that would make Yoda the... Oh, actually, no. Actually, I'm a little bit confused with the family tree. Because I know Ryu and all the other fused kids would be at the bottom. They'd be the product of the Divine Tree, the Claw Grime, and the person. So those are the parents leading to the kid that is the triple. And their granddaddy, would it be Code? It may just be Code, technically. Because the Ten Tails is Ten Tails. But then again, Yoda seems to override them all. I'm not sure if Yoda creates the other Claw Grimes, or if that's literally just Ten Tails resident. I'm not sure. Questions for later. Let's see. Darn it. I can't move a finger. Yoda, help him. Yoda, help him. But he's like, you gotta do this on your own, Buckaroo. Come collect your soul thorn bulb, just so you know better. Let's see. If becoming Hokage is my dream, I need to start by accepting myself. Yo, wait a minute. Hold on, let me take a harsh sip to that one. I like that. Because remember, one of the biggest parts of Naruto's journey was accepting himself. And obviously, you know, Naruto's whole journey is the path to becoming Hokage. So, seeing Sarada understand that one realization as well, that she needs to understand and accept herself, does Naruto try to understand and accept himself and the Nine Tails in order to achieve his true power? And now Sarada's doing the same thing. I like the parallels. Solid parallels. But interesting, alright? So she starts to bleed, which makes sense, you know? These are the original Mangekyo eyes. Ryu's like, wait, I don't want back shots! Oh. Alright. Mangekyo Sharingan. Ohirume. Interesting. What does that mean? But yeah. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Am I tweaking? Is it only 3, 8? It's only 8. But then there's these 3 extra portals here. So I do wonder. Maybe this is just once again meant to signify the eye design itself. Or I wonder if these arrows have any meaning. Mangekyo Sharingan. Ohirume. And she's just straight ore farming in the air as always. Alright, Sarada. Note, Orihume is an alternate name for Amaterasu, the sun goddess and chief deity of the Shinto Planet. Ah, okay. Give it. Man. Interesting, though. An alternate name. So you would think it'd be much more Amaterasu based. Well, I mean, maybe the inside of it is. I don't know. But. See, they could have very easily just given her another Matarasu variant, but they named it Orihume, and it seems, despite its connections to Susanoo, but then again, everyone could use Susanoo, every Uchiha could use Susanoo, so I guess that doesn't really matter. But Amaterasu, that's a specific Mangekyo ability, so instead of just giving her that, they gave her this. I like it a lot. Let's see. Okay, so she goes to close the ball. Okay, she's bleeding out. Darn. I know he's a baby. I know he's a baby. But Kishimoto, I was joking. I didn't want her to actually start one-shotting. Maybe she won't go blind, because I didn't want her to actually start one-shotting the claw guy. She diffed that bad boy. Well, we'll see. Does a Thorn Soul Bowl pop out? It's raining. Bark? What does evil tree taste like? Hold on. You gotta bite back? Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, Mitsuki with the saves. Okay, so first use of her Mangekyo did drain her a whole lot. That makes sense. Then again, when Sasuke first awakened he was at the end like a really intense fight with me, so I guess it makes more sense that he lost it. But still, alright, let's see. Sarada! But then again, she deserves the rest. She did kind of clutch up and save them all. Let's see. She's unconscious. She must have used up her chakra. Absolutely. Huh? Oh. Yep, there it is. So wow, Sarada genuinely one-shot Ryu. Man, Ryu has been the most fodder of these guys so far. Like, I hate to say it, but he's been the most booty water. I get it, you gotta scale with your opinions with who they can handle, but still. Dude. Like, why? Let's see. What on earth was I just talking about? I lost it. Let's see. The Thorn Bulb. Ryu was just defeated. Taken down by Sarada's new power. So it's awakened. Good. We managed to achieve one of the most critical goals of this battle. Okay, so Sarada awakening her Sharingan is like, it is basically a canon event, or at least canon to their victory timeline. Let's see. Indeed. That's a real shame about Yodo. But it wasn't in vain. The sacrifice was a major contributing factor to this outcome. So, it couldn't be helped. Well, could have been helped if she was just, a little bit more patient and, like, rational and logical, but at the same time, I get it. You don't want to boost everything up too high. But, no, I'm in that EP record. I can't record another video today, though. I will lose my mind. I'll start talking about Pokemon. Why is my brain going there? Because I've been watching imported cheese. No, stop, please, brain, work with me. Knock on wood. There's nothing between these ears, though. I don't know what I'm knocking on. Wait, am I lagging? I'm not lagging like a dragon. Let's see. So it couldn't be helped. Hey, wait a sec. Koji. Answer me truthfully. Was there any chance of the Mangekyo Sharingan awakening without anyone dying? I mean, yeah, presumably. Once again, the thing is, she awoke it, like, 2 years ago, dog. It's just simply the application of which she didn't know how to use. Let's see. Without anyone dying? I can say this much. If you've gone to help, it definitely wouldn't have awakened. Huh? You mean that new Yodo threat? Wait, no. You knew that Oda would die and kept it from me, didn't you? Yeah, he needs to maintain the timeline, dog. Like, and don't get me wrong. Once again, Boruto, who is Yodo to you? Like, she's not a hoe. Like, with this, it was business as usual. It was pretty darn standard. What? Let's see. Wouldn't have awakened. I determined it was best not to tell you. And our current conversation proves me right. I mean, yeah, ultimately, that's the thing, right? Boruto shows up, and he immediately breaks the plot. He is very Goku-coded. As in, the only way for the plot to function legitimately without an angry, more powerful, stronger, taller Viltrumite there? Wait, what? Where am I going? Where am I going? What am I talking about? Viltrumite? My brain is everywhere. I have a few more pages left in this chapter. I don't want to speak. I want to break it down. I want to talk about. Wait, wake up, body. Just a little bit more. And we'll go straight to sleep after we edit this. Wait. Hold on. I determined it was best not to tell you, and our current conversation proves right. Yes, absolutely. I do agree. Where was my brain going there? Viltrumite. What else? What? I have invincible in mind. But I do agree, right? Because ultimately, just like Dragon Ball, where everyone gets weaker when Goku is still around. Well, admittedly on Buu Saga time skip, but whenever there is someone stronger there's less incentive for you yourself to put in work, right? We see this in a lot of anime, from Dragon Ball to God of High School to Magi, like it's a bunch of stuff. I don't know why those three keep coming to mind specifically, but in this case, yeah, if Boruto was there, he probably could have easily diffed Ryu. There's no question about it. But if he easily diffs Ryu, they don't have the Mangekyo Sharingan. Sarada doesn't get that experience with it. She doesn't have to go learn about the internal Mangekyo, and who knows what kind of domino effect that could happen if Sarada was weaker. Remember, the main threat is still Yura, and there's still no guarantee that they grab that Thorn Soul Bowl before Yura pops out of the sky and is just like, whoosh, thank you. I'm a scientist. Experiments what I do. Yes. And then dives out. So I do agree with Kashi and Koji. We're like, hey, it's unfortunate, but in the grand scheme, what is that? In the grand web of the cosmos, or the grand scheme of the cosmos, you are nothing but a thread or something like that. Whatever Doctor Strange says in No Way Home. Let's see. And our current conversation proves me right. What about Master Konohamaru? Does he have any chance against Matsuri? Oh, so he's not dead. I know he wasn't dead. I knew it. That's the thing. I made that poll like there's no way they're off on Konohamaru. And they did. I knew it. He's still alive. He'll be fine. I guess, let me guess. Boruto's going to go there and save him anyway and jeopardize the entire plan and get Yoro to come and show up out of nowhere and start giving him back shots. But then Kawaki, who just got his limiters removed, is going to fly in and then go absolutely buku bonkers and they're going to fight Yoro to a stalemate and then Yoro's going to have to retreat. Something. Like, I bet. Let's see. Answer me. You listen to me, Boruto. Yoro is connected to all the other divine trees through shared senses. If you appear before Matsuri, Yoro will seize you in a flash and kill you. I've seen many permutations. That's not gonna happen. Not in this timeline. But see, I've seen many permutations of this, all with the same ending. Yeah, so that's interesting. So Yoro is that much more powerful. Then again, we know Boruto simply cannot access karma for some reason. That is still, despite us nearly reaching 2 years of publication and serialization, that is still one of the unsolved, unmentioned mysteries. We have not heard from Momoshiki in 21 months. It doesn't sound like we're going to hear from him anytime soon. So we still don't know why that is. What's up with that? Why he can't use karma and stuff like that. So that still needs to be resolved. Let's see. Ada's watching like, so what you about to do? And Boruto's like, what am I about to do? Let's see. Yeah, alright, see, he's fine. Like, the way they were framing the end of the last chapter, it was like he actually died. But Matsuri didn't do any damage to him. Like, oh no, his shoulders. Oh wow. How scared we. Yeah, whatever. Drip, drip. Oh, how dare you trick me, you fiend! You'll pay for that! Get your body back first. Let's see. Uh-oh. Shuriken? Let me guess, Boruto. Ah, look who it is, Boruto. Yeah. Yeah, of course. But this is the thing, right? There's no way we off Boruto. So let's see how he gets out of the situation. As Kashi Koji said, he's seen many permutations, but not all of them. So let's see which works and what fails. I'll admit, though, he is Aura Farm. He heard his girl was Aura Farm, and the entire chapter was like, let me Aura Farm back. Huh? I found a piece of metal. It might be one that Boruto uses for teleportation. Interesting, though. Where'd the shuriken go? Oh, well, I guess he just threw it. But darn! How? Oh, this baby thumbnail was real gay. But darn! Alright! Konohamaru, you are so fodder, dog. He viciously div Matsuri. Where's the Thorn Soul Bow? Oh, but she's still alive, seemingly. At least her eyes are still open. That idiot! He's gonna ruin everything! Ah, there you are. Otsutsuki Boruto. Interesting. So even Yoro was watching, and presumably can go there at any time. But he was like, it's not important yet. Ryu will be fine. I'll be fine. But now that Matsuri has fallen to the hands of Boruto specifically, Yoro's like, time for cinema. But ultimately, as I do somehow spontaneously gain consciousness back towards the end of this recording, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you've been only seeing this video, please leave black balls. No, leave big black balls, BBB, in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. So leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all the keys so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you even have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. That month, things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. So now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some perks include the live reactions here. This is to review, ad free variations of all my videos. And if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also you have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 29 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. And any support, is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Yomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ollie. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneal, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Uchiha, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Wakimunos and Wakimunos. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.